A gravitational shockwave tore through Earth's surveillance grid, blacking out sensors across half the system. On the command deck, alarms screamed. An officer whispered two terrified words. First contact.
Number. It's human, and it's blocking out the stars.
Admiral Song immediately patched into Ambassador Lee, her voice edged with alarm.
Ambassador, we have a situation. The Ark Constance just jumped in, and it's armed to the teeth.
Armed. The Ark was a generation ship, not a warship. What happened out there?
The view screen zoomed in. The Ark's hull was a patchwork of welded armor, missile tubes, and 6 centuries of violent graffiti.
That's not all. Its energy signature is off the scale. It could vaporize our entire fleet in one salvo.
Open a channel. Hail them now.
The hail went unanswered. Across the system, Earth's fleet moved to battle stations, engines hot, weapons hot. Aboard the Ark Constance, Admiral Helena Vasquez studied the holographic map of Sol with a warrior's cold calculation.
All primary weapons charged. Point defense grid is online. We are ready, Admiral.
They still have those ancient defense satellites. Earth has been holding out, but they're barely hanging on.
Ma'am, I'm not picking up any alien energy signatures. It looks peaceful down there.
That's how the Morale operate. They hide until they strike. Earth is occupied, even if they don't know it yet. We are the Liberation Force. Power the main cannon. Prepare to break their siege.
Massive doors along the Ark's hull slid open, exposing weapons, cannons that glowed with gathering red energy. On the Earth Fleet flagship, Admiral Song's comms officer intercepted a fragment of Ark transmission.
Play it back. Did they say liberation protocols? They think they're rescuing us.
The Ark's weapons were locked on Earth's defenses. 12 million descendants believed they were launching a rescue mission. Ambassador Lee ordered a direct transmission to the Ark, a complete historical archive of Earth's centuries of peace.
This is clearly fabricated. They want us to believe the galaxy is safe, but we know better.
Should we respond or proceed with the liberation strike?
I'll send a reply. Let them know we see through their deception.
She recorded a terse reply. We have come to free you from the Morale. Stand down your remaining forces and prepare for assistance.
Meral? There is no record of any species called Meral. She thinks we're occupied by ghosts. Admiral, please check your own historical records. Earth has been at peace for centuries.
Your deception will not work. We know the Marl's tactics.
They've been fighting for so long, they can't imagine peace.
The channels fell silent. 2 civilizations separated by 6 centuries stared across the void with no common ground.
Who are the M-Rail? Tell us about this enemy you claim to fight.
Helena transmitted a data file. Images of alien ships and damage reports from the Emerald encounter in 2547.
These are scavengers. Crude, slow. They couldn't threaten a modern corvette.
They ambushed us. 300 years we've prepared. The galaxy is full of threats.
Admiral Song searched every database. No morale. They must have died out centuries ago.
Your records are wrong. The Morale are real. We carry their scars.
Why has no one else ever seen them? Maybe the threat ended without you knowing.
Helena's hand tightened on the command rail. A flicker of doubt crossed her face, then vanished.
What if the war ended centuries ago? What if you are the last ones still fighting?
On the Ark, sealed archives held the truth. No one had questioned the mission in 3 centuries.
Let us prove it. A joint patrol, our ships and yours, scanning for any trace of the M-Morale.
We will patrol, but the Ark stays at full combat readiness. Any deception, and we end this.
The Ark Constance moved into formation, dwarfing the Earth ships. Every weapon port remained open and glowing.
A rogue asteroid ahead. Perfect target. Let's show them what we can do.
Fire. A warning to any Morale hiding in the system.
The Ark's main cannon lanced out with a silent, blinding beam. The asteroid wasn't shattered, it was disintegrated.
Energy output is off the scale. That beam could core a planet. We can't fight this.
Number, but maybe we don't have to fight. There has to be another way.
This is merely a demonstration. The full power of the Ark is far greater. Do not test it.
The patrol ended in silence. Earth's fleet understood. The Ark was an unstoppable force, and peace was a prayer. Ambassador Lee took a final gamble. From his office window, he watched children playing in a park, then transmitted everything aboard the Ark. The bridge screen flooded with images. Families embracing, cities without walls, skies without smoke.
Look at them. They're not fighters. They're just people.
Propaganda. The Emerald used similar tricks. Don't let it infect you, Ensign.
It's clearly staged. Earth is trying to lower our guard.
But later, alone in her quarters, Helena replayed one image, a child chasing a ball, laughing.
What if it's real? What if we've been wrong for 300 years?
She closed the file and transmitted a terse reply. Your evidence is insufficient. We remained vigilant, but she didn't delete the image. It stayed on her screen, a crack in the hull of her certainty. On the Ark's walls, painted Mral still screamed in silent menace. But for the first time, the ghosts felt older than war. Earth's archivists dug deep into ancient digital vaults and found the Ark's original launch transmission, recorded in 2241.
Broadcast it. The voice of their first captain. Maybe it will reach them where we cannot.
The message filled the Ark's bridge, a woman's steady voice, recorded 6 centuries ago.
That voice. It's Captain Elise Vasquez, my ancestor.
The transmission was a farewell to Earth, full of hope. We go in peace, and we will return in peace.
Cut that transmission. It's enemy propaganda. Don't let it poison the crew.
Number. Let it play.
Ensign Morales stared at Helena, confusion and hope warring in her eyes. The bridge fell silent, except for the ancient recording. Words of peace washing over a crew bred for war. When the message ended, Helena's hand trembled on the command rail. A crack, now a chasm. Helena retreated to her quarters, replayed the launch message, and opened the Ark's sealed archives. She found messages from early generations, full of hope and plans for reunion.
All of this was scrubbed after 2547. They made us forget.
She scrolled through edits, deletions, rewrites, a systematic cover-up spanning 3 centuries. She summoned Volkov to her quarters. When he arrived, she held up the original logs.
Why did you hide what our ancestors truly believed? Our mission was peace, not war.
Peace would have gotten us killed. We did what was necessary to survive for 12 million souls.
Necessary? You twisted our entire culture into a war machine. We were meant to return in peace.
Volkov's face hardened into granite. For the first time, Helena saw not a comrade, but a stranger wearing a familiar uniform. The rift was now a chasm. She stood alone in a ship of millions, knowing the truth was a weapon she barely understood. Earth's final offer arrived. A face-to-face meeting on a neutral station. No warships, no weapons, just words.
I'll go, but the Ark stays battle-ready. If this is a trick, they'll answer for it.
Prep the strike teams. The moment they board, we seize their leaders. This is our moment.
He's planning a massacre. If I stay silent, we become the very monsters we feared. Admiral, Volkov plans to capture Earth's entire delegation. It's an ambush, a trap.
So he would drag us further into the abyss. Then I stop him. Now, Captain Volkov, you are relieved of command. Stand down immediately.
You can't do this alone. The crew will never follow a traitor to our cause.
They will follow the truth. We were lied to, all of us. This war is over.
The bridge fell silent, but the Ark hummed with unease. For the first time, its guns were still. Within hours, Volkov's loyalists seized an engineering deck. Gunfire echoed through the Ark's corridors for the first time in living memory. Helena led a counter-assault herself, sidearm in hand. The firefight was brief but brutal. Bodies fell on both sides. When the smoke cleared, Ensign Morales secured the bridge. The Loyalist crew held the ship, but the cost was written in blood.
People of the Ark, we have been lied to for centuries. The morale threat is gone. I will go to Earth alone to prove the truth. Stand down.
She opened a channel. Admiral Song and Ambassador Lee stared, disbelief etched on their faces.
I am coming down. Alone. No escort, no weapons. If this is a trap, so be it. I won't let my people remain prisoners of a lie.
She's risking everything. If we take her into custody, it could spark war. If we welcome her, it could be a trick.
Number. She's not a trick. She's a leader trying to drag her people out of a 300-year nightmare. We meet her.
The Ark's engines shifted to station keeping. Morales ordered weapons to stand by. A fragile truce held. Through the bazaar, Helena walked toward the shuttle bay. The Ark's children parted before her, silent and uncertain. The shuttle detached from the Ark and plunged into Earth's atmosphere. Flames licked the viewport. Helena's knuckles whitened. Through the glow, she saw it, blue and vast and alive. A world that had never known the walls she was born within. The shuttle touched down on green. The ramp lowered with a hiss, and air, real air restri, rushed in. Helena stepped onto the grass. Her boots sank slightly. She stumbled, grabbing the railing.
This can't be real. I've only seen grass in simulations. Sunlight that doesn't filter through shielding.
She lifted her gaze. The sky stretched boundless above her. The same sky her ancestors had left 6 centuries ago.
Admiral Vasquez, on behalf of Earth, I welcome you. We've waited a very long time.
Is this real? Am I really here?
Yes, Admiral. Welcome home.
The honor guard saluted. After a long pause, Helena returned it, her arm unsteady. It was the first salute she had ever given that wasn't for war.
Leave me. I need to see it for myself.
She walked alone, boots on pavement. The air smelled of bread and flowers. No alarms, no armor, just life.
This is what we were built to protect. Not a fortress, a world.
A small cafe sign glowed ahead. She pushed the door open, the chime soft as a lullaby.
Coffee. Please, I've only read about it.
The barista smiled, poured a cup, and set it before her. Steam curled like a ghost of everything she'd never known.
Cease 100 years. All that blood. For a lie.
Her shoulders began to shake. Then, in the quiet of the cafe, Helena Vasquez, Admiral of the Ark, wept outside. A child chased a ball, laughing. The war she had been born for had ended before she was even conceived.
We were so wrong.
She dried her face, stood, and walked out of the cafe. Something had settled in her, a cold, clear purpose. She opened a secure channel. Morales answered, her face tight with worry.
Ensign, order all weapons to stand down. Prepare for full disarmament. We're coming home.
On the Ark, the bridge was silent. One by one, the firing computer interfaces went dark. There was no cheer, just a heavy, exhausted breath from 12 million lungs. Helena returned to the waiting Earth delegation. Song and Lee stood before a towering hall.
Admiral, we have prepared a treaty. It's waiting for your signature.
I'll sign it. For all of us.
Then let us proceed. History is waiting.
She walked down the long aisle, footsteps echoing. The worn uniform of the Ark brushed against walls built for peace. The room hushed as Helena reached the table. Cameras broadcast to every inhabited world.
I sign not as a conqueror, but as a daughter returning home.
She signed her name. Then, below it, she added a handwritten line, an apology for the centuries of war. Admiral Song signed for Earth. Ambassador Lee as witness. The treaty was sealed, in orbit. The Ark's massive weapon bays began to close. cannons retracted for the first time in 3 centuries. The galaxy watched as the feared warship transformed into a monument of steel and regret. A broadcast went out across all channels. The Ark Constance stands down. The war is over.
My ancestors left in peace. We returned in war. I hope we can finally return in peace.
You already have, Admiral. You already have.
Applause erupted. Not just in the hall, but on the Ark, where 12 million were finally free. Within days, the Ark parked in permanent orbit. Its docking port opened, and shuttles began ferrying the first of 12 million to the surface. Children born in steel corridors stepped onto grass for the first time. They knelt, touching it with reverence. Elderly crew, who had spent their lives at war, wept openly. They had returned, not as conquerors, but as prodigals. Helena watched from a hill outside the city. Standing alone in the twilight, footsteps approached. Admiral Song stopped beside her.
You did it. 12 million souls, home at last.
Did I? I brought a warship home. Can we ever truly belong?
You brought them home. That's what matters. The rest will heal.
Helena watched a group of Ark children running through the grass below, their laughter carrying up the hill. She did not answer. She simply watched, and for the first time, the weight of command began to ease from her shoulders. A small ceremony gathered on the Ark's hull. A plaque was affixed, etched with words for the ages, in memory of those who journeyed, and those who waited. Former crew, now living on Earth, reached out and touched the cold metal. Their fingertips traced the names. From that day, the Ark became a beacon, not a battleship. Shuttles traced ribbons between it and the blue world below. At night, children on Earth pointed up at the bright new star that moved across the heavens. And when dawn broke, the Ark Constance stood sentinel in the golden light, a promise kept across 6 centuries. Earth and the Ark filled the frame together, the sun peeking over the planet's limb. And from within the ship, a recording played, "We go in peace, and we will return in peace." The image held, a silent testament to a journey that began with hope and, at last, ended with it, fade to black. In the years that followed, the Ark became more than a memorial. It became a bridge between old worlds and new. Its hull, once a patchwork of war, now bore murals of reunion, painted by hands born in starlight. The corridor where Volkov's loyalists once traded fire became a gallery of children's drawings, all of them pictures of green hills and blue sky. Helena visited often, not as an admiral, but as one more soul making the journey from steel to soil. She would walk the bazaar, now filled with Earth goods and Ark crafts. Every time she stepped onto Earth, she still paused to breathe air that smelled of grass and not of recycled oxygen. She never took it for granted. The galaxy quickly forgot its fear. The Ark was no longer the ship that made the stars tremble. It was the miracle that reminded everyone how thin the line is between enemy and prodigal. In a quiet ceremony, the original launch message was installed in the Ark's heart, now a museum, looping for all who came so that no one would ever forget. We go in peace, and we will return in peace. And whenever the sun lined up just right, the Ark's shadow brushed across the Earth like a gentle, protective wing, a 1,000-kilometer promise that home is not a place you conquer, but a place you finally allow yourself to reach. And so the long journey ended, not with a bang, but with a whisper, and 12 million heartbeats learning, for the first time, what it felt like to be still. On the 100th anniversary of the Ark's return, a festival of lights spanned the coastal cities. Aboard the Ark, now a living museum, families walked where cannons once stood. Children pressed their faces to the viewports. Near the memorial plaque, an elderly woman in a worn uniform stood alone. Her hair was white now, but her eyes still carried the same fierce clarity.
600 years we ran. 100 years we've rested. It was worth it. All of it.
A child tugged her sleeve and pointed at the plaque. Who were they?
They were us. Before we learned that home isn't a place you fight for, it's a place you finally stop running toward.
Far below, the festival lights flickered across the continents, each one a tiny beacon of the peace that once seemed impossible. And through the Ark's ancient speakers, For one day every year, the voice of Captain Elise Vasquez echoed again, "We go in peace, and we will return in peace." The Arc Constance kept its orbit, a quiet star, reminding the galaxy that even the longest war could end with a whisper. Years later, the Galactic Council convened a solemn ceremony inside the Ark's Museum Hall to formally recognize its legacy. An alien ambassador spoke. "We once trembled at the sight of this ship. Today, we tremble at the strength it took to lay down its guns." On Earth, in a quiet garden, Helena watched the broadcast. Her hair was white, her uniform pressed for the last time.
We returned. Not as liberators, but as prodigals. And we were still welcome.
She passed that evening, a cooling cup of coffee on the table beside her, a smile still lingering. Her ashes were carried to the Ark and placed beside the plaque where she had once touched the names of the lost. The inscription was updated. "Here rests Admiral Helena Vasquez. She brought 12 million prodigals home." Every night, children still pointed at the Ark star, now flickering with a new warmth. As if the old ship smiled back, the Ark continued its silent orbit, a promise kept, a war forgiven, a journey finally complete, and the galaxy no longer trembled at its weapons, only at the unyielding power of its mercy. Decades later, the Ark remained a constant in the sky, its patchwork hull now a mosaic of every culture that called it home. School trips ferried up to walk its corridors, where the original launch message played on a loop. A teacher paused before the memorial plaque and told the students, "This is where Admiral Vasquez rests." She taught us that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the courage to lay down arms. A young girl asked, "But how did she know it was time to stop fighting?" The teacher smiled. She listened to the voice of an ancestor who promised they would return in peace. She finally believed it, and on cue, the ancient recording filled the corridor. "We go in peace, and we will return in peace." The words drifted through the hull, echoing against steel that had once spat fire and now only held memory. Outside, Earth turned peacefully below, a cradle that had waited 6 centuries to embrace its wayward children. And so the Ark Constance kept its silent vigil, no longer a warship, but a lighthouse in the dark, proof that even the longest exodus can end with a homecoming. Eventually, the Ark's lights dimmed for the last time. Its corridors, once restless, fell into a deep, respectful silence. No more shuttles, no more tours, just the ship and the planet, locked in an eternal embrace. On Earth, a child looked up and asked her grandmother, "Will the star ever go out?" The grandmother smiled, her eyes crinkling. "No, little one, it will shine as long as we remember the journey." High above, the Ark Constance rotated slowly, its patchwork hull catching the sun one final time, as if waving goodbye. The voices of the past had faded into legend, but the promise they carried remained, and in that quiet orbit, the Ark became what it was always meant to be. Not a warship, not even a museum, but a memory that whispered across the galaxy. "We went in war, but we returned in peace." And peace, after 6 centuries, had finally won. Fade to black. Generations passed. The Ark became a legend, then a myth, then simply a familiar light in the sky. A child asked her mother, "What's that star?" Her mother smiled. "That's the Ark Constance, a ship that left Earth 600 years ago and came back to teach us the meaning of peace." High above, the silent hull reflected the sun, as it had for centuries. The ancient recording had long since ceased, but the words were etched on every plaque, every heart. "We go in peace, and we will return in peace." A small group of pilgrims still visited, leaving flowers from Earth's gardens on the cold metal. A quiet ritual, carried forward by those who never forgot. Eventually, Earth and the Ark would be one, a single point of light in the galaxy's expanse. But the story endured. Every child who stared at that moving star learned the tale of the 12 million prodigals who returned, not as conquerors, but as children finding home. And so the galaxy no longer trembled. It only remembered,